Hey guys, good morning. It is Sonia, and I'm happy because Stanley Cat is feeling good. He met me downstairs this morning, was not upstairs laying on a radiator in a corner, and he walked me outside, right? That's what my cat does. He trains me. I am a human in training to go outside. So, yay for that. So that's a good positive thing, right? If you are just joining me, I'm Sonia with Junk Monkey Paint Company, and I love to pop on daily and talk with you guys. Just talk about something about growing our businesses together, ways that we can do business better. Um, you know, Networking with other people, finding other great business buddies, just like us. Oh my gosh, drink more coffee, Sonia. Other business owners just like us, so we can rise together, right? Good morning, Christy. How are you? You might have just heard the street sweeper go by. It really feels like spring out there this morning. You know, when you hear the sound of the street sweeper go by and the birds are chirping? That's what I got going on here this morning. How about you guys, wherever you are? And as you pop on, be sure to tell everybody your name, your business name. All right. Today we're going to talk about collaboration. So yeah, like what better than today than to go ahead and shout out what you got going on, right? Where people can find you online so they can check you out. And if you are somebody that is interested in a collaboration, this is a good chat to be on so you guys can find each other and say, wave the flag and say, I'd love to collaborate with somebody. So I'm going to talk about that today and ways collaboration can help you grow and just some things to think about on how you can collaborate, ideas that you can get. Okay. Hey, Lisa, good morning down there. Jan says it's raining over here, West Virginia. Yeah, it is kind of, don't think it's raining right now, but I can see like the drops on the trees. Like we've just had a good rain. We just had a good rain. Good morning, Sandy. How are you doing today, my friend? So I'm drinking my coffee and feeling good. That was the Stanley Cat update. And yeah, so life is good, right? So I wanted to talk today about collaborations because we've kind of touched on that a little bit about collaborating. I thought, you know what, let's just do a whole chit chat about it. So who out there has collaborated already with somebody? Who out there is looking to continuously to find more people to collaborate with? I guess there's two ways that when you think about collaborating, but I do believe that the person that asked, right, if there's something that you want, you should always ask, right? But today I'm going to talk about as well, just some things that when you're asking and reaching out to bear these things in mind. So the two ways you can go about collaborating is you can obviously produce great content, do your own thing, stay in your own lane, and then hope, versus reaching out, that people will take notice of what it is that you're doing, right? So you can do your thing, and then people will see what you're doing. You're creating great content. You're creating, you have an engaged audience, right? Because think about why people want to would want to collaborate with you, right? It's a two-way street. What do you have to offer somebody else, right? It's not just you going, ooh, I'd love to get in front of all their followers. What do you have that you can offer up back to them as well, right? So when you collaborate, it's always good to reach out to the person directly, privately, through private message, through email to start that conversation, right? That's the professional way to do it. So, but you can either wait, create, and have somebody come to you, or else you go, you know what? I found some people that I think I would love to collaborate with. All right. So the reasons why you'd want to collaborate, talk with me as to why you would love to collaborate with somebody. I mean, talk along with me here today. When you think about why you'd want to collaborate, because, some people think out there that, well, if I collaborate with somebody, that means I'm talking about somebody else's business. And if I do that, then the people are not talking about me, right? Like it's almost like it's going to diminish them, right? Remember, a flame does not go out. It doesn't, if your flame doesn't burn out because you take your candle and then light another flame, right? Your flame still burns. Their flame will burn, right? You can spread a lot of light in this world by doing that. And people will remember you for you. If you're just truly being you and not trying to be, a knockoff version of somebody else, but you're truly building your own audience, you're being your own self and you're stepping into your own personality, your own talents. You're not trying to imitate somebody else. You will always stand out, right? People follow different people for different reasons. That's what I always say in here. And that, what somebody gets from somebody, they might not get from somebody else and vice versa, because you bring your own spin to the table on it. And that's how you keep yourself relevant. You keep yourself different, right? You're just being yourself, and you can be yourself till the cows come home. So trying to be somebody else can be exhausting. it gets old, and a lot of times people fall off the map, right? They might try for a little bit, but then they get really tired trying to be somebody else. So back to the point is, just be you, right? And also know that when you're working with other people, it can be a way to rise multiple people up. It doesn't even have to be a collaboration between two people. Collaborations can be between multiple people, right? As many people as you want to bring into that space. But it's a way for everybody to like be shared amongst somebody else, right? And I'm going to talk about the different ways that you can collaborate. But yeah, you can grow your audience base with it. You're getting so meaning that you can grow more followers, more subscribers, because what happens is you get shown to a different audience, right? And because you're getting shown to a different audience, then a lot of those people in those audience will go, oh wow, that person's really cool. I think I want to follow them too, right? So, but always remember that when you're collaborating with somebody, it's what can I do for them? It's not all me, right? You're coming together. I use the word equally yoked, meaning that, when you find somebody to collaborate with, you ultimately want to find somebody who you guys have a shared audience with, meaning that, so whatever you're doing here, right? So everybody's in this group and we all do different things. Some of us are creatives and we paint. Some of us, do a lot of other different creative things, like you're in different parts of like, for example, the pottery world, right? Or you're in the bakery world and culinary world. We all have our own like communities. And so there's people within those different niches, all right, niche that, that you'd want to look at. But within that community, because if I'm going to collaborate with somebody, and you guys know what I do at Junk Monkey Paint Company, I'm not going to go out and try to collaborate with somebody who sells cars, right? It's just not going to feel real. It's not going to feel authentic unless there's a reason, just depending on how you grow your business. Is it reasonable that you would collaborate with this person? Because would you have a shared audience, right? And also when you're looking at people within the community to collaborate with, I think it's also wise to think that, I'm looking for somebody who maybe is on my same level, right? That we're looking to grow together. Because some people will look at other people and they'll go, oh, I want to use you because you got a big audience. And if I could get in front of all those people, think about how I could grow. And we're not realizing that, collaborations are a two-way street. And so when they look at you, they're going to say, well, why would I want to collaborate with them, right? So you have to think about what value you can bring to somebody else, which is another great reason why to work on our creating great content, creating pages that have information and things that really get people excited and interacting with a page, right? So if the whole you have to think about it, the whole purpose for a collaboration is that so that you grow together. What are you offering the other person? Are you like looking over there with, hearts in your eyes going, wow, I would love to have some of that, what they got going on. But at the same time, what are you able to do back for them as well, right? And so it's a two-way street. A collaboration is working together on something, right? On a project, an activity, whatever the goal is. And so if you have a goal in mind to grow audiences, then is that person, what is that person getting back, right? And so when you can collaborate with friends, it's obviously easy if you're collaborating with friends because you probably already have that line of communication. But if you're reaching out to somebody that you don't know, you're just looking at them and you really don't have a personal relationship with them, be that person that keeps that in mind, right? Like, does it make sense for me to reach out to them? Can I bring them value as well? And think about what you can do for them too, right? And don't get upset if you message somebody like, I don't know, somebody that you're following on YouTube or somewhere across the social media and you're like, wow, I would love to collaborate with them, right? If sometimes you reach out to people and you will never hear back again. That doesn't mean anything, right? They're busy, they've got things going on, and maybe it just doesn't make sense for them, or maybe it just doesn't make sense for them right now, right? You also remember how we talk in here that a no sometimes just could be a no, not right now, because you just never know what other people have going on. And so you might be in a space and a time to collaborate, but they're not because they've got irons in the fire or they've got something going on, right? So I think when you think about collaborations, you shouldn't get upset when you reach out to people if you don't hear back or anything like that. Because boy, what a way to spoil, if you potentially ever in the future want to work with somebody, if they say no, just and they get back to you, well, they didn't have to. But, well, so thank you. Okay, awesome. Maybe down the road, right? And move on. Don't don't burn your bridge is what I'm saying, right? Because, leave those opportunities to network in the future open down the road. So collaborations can definitely help you grow. Brenda says, let's see here. Oh, Jan's waiting for her construction guys to show up. Nice. On our home renovations. Jan, you'll have to tell us what account you have dedicated to your home renovations. I think it was on Instagram, right? That you're sharing that as you go. Stacy says, let's see here. Oh, everybody's online right now. Hopefully you can see me, Stacy. Your stream clears up. Maggie says strength in numbers. Absolutely. Brendan says to promote others and grow together, right? Yeah, that's right. As long as you got everybody, you're thinking about other people and you're putting yourself in their shoes, right? What could you do to help them as well? Jan says fresh eyes on your product for each collaborator. Absolutely. I like that. Fresh eyes. Diane says, you keep saying collaborate. I'm trying to pay attention, but I just keep singing Ice, Ice, Baby by Vanilla Ice. Christy says it shows more ways to use the products. Yes. And remember, because we're all different, that's a good point, because when somebody else is talking about something and you're talking about something, you say it different ways, right? People to connect with people. We could be talking on the same subject, like two people in a room. And you notice how one person can break it down a little bit more simpler, or they can maintain a conversation and people don't get lost listening to them. It's because we all speak in different ways, right? We all have different ways that we promote and we can show things. That's the spice of life, right? Not everybody's going to have that song stuck in their heads. Keeps things exciting. It is fun. And yeah, you're right. It does keep things fun. And sometimes when you're in business, it can get lonely in being in business by yourself, right? You're doing all the things every day, and maybe you're working from home by yourself, or you have a small team. It's you and your partner, or maybe it's just you, right? And you're doing all the things, and it's fun to have people to get excited with. So if you can find friends, and that's why I hope that you guys have found friends here in this group here, the people that show up again and again and are just as invested as you in growing their business. And you guys can support each other, right? On your lives, just giving other people a thumbs up, leaving a comment, those sorts of things, right? To help each other out. But yeah, supporting each other, bouncing ideas off of each other. Oh, that's the beauty of when you collaborate, because, you could talk to somebody else in your house, but they might not get it. But when you talk to a business buddy, just somebody who you truly that when you collaborate with them or you're working with them, that you want the best for them too, right? Like you just meet somebody even, right, on the field and going, we want to grow together. We want to do this together in the right way. I'm not here to, to chop you off at the knees or pull the rug from out under you. I'm going to basically, give back and forth to each other, right? How you would want to be treated, you treat somebody else as well. Sandy says it does inspire you. Yep. Michelle says same idea in teaching. Someone teaches just differently and it clicks for students. Absolutely. Hey, Naomi, how are you, my friend? I'm glad you're here. We're talking about collaboration today. If you're just joining us, reasons why you want to collaborate. I'm going to give you guys some ideas as well, and just some best tips to keep in mind, right? So if you've identified some people that, that makes sense for you, that are in your world, that you're like, wow, okay, I see that, I could bring something to the table for them. We're maybe at the same, right around or thereabouts, the same business size, right? And so think about how those are great collaborations even to start with. And always remember that when you're building your social media, that when you're reaching out to people that you don't know, right? And you say, hey, I'd love to collaborate with you. You're seeing what they're doing, but they're going to check you out too. And if they came to your page, would they say to themselves, okay, this is somebody that I definitely want to collaborate with, because you know what, they're professional, meaning that, what exactly are we sharing on our social media pages right now, right? Are you somebody that's controversial? Are you somebody that's, creates drama? There are people in business that, while those people, I'm going to say those because I don't do drama and I don't do negativity on my page. I just don't stand for that, right? That's not why I wanted to create a platform. I wanted to create a platform for just the opposite reasons, right? To generate joy and happiness and painting and therapy through painting and creativity. And that is what I do, right? I need that place just as bad as somebody else, all right? So I want people to know that when they sign up for my page, it's the same thing that they always signed up for. I'm not doing a switch to something else, right? Sometimes people, as they grow a platform, which means that you have, a platform is basically you have people following, you have an audience, right? So the people who follow your page, now, you're able to put a message out to them. I choose to keep my messages in line with my business and what it is that I'm doing, right? And what it is that I stand for and that I believe in and why I created my page to begin with. And so when you are doing your page, even on days that you're having a hot kind of day where you could get a little spicy out there, right? Think about what you're putting out there, because how could it, in the future impact collaborations that you want to do? Are you producing great content just in general that people will go, wow, yeah, I can see they are as devoted to growing their business as I am. So that means when I collaborate with them, I can see that they've been showing up regularly on their page. They have been, they have great focus. I can see what they've been concentrating on. I can figure out just by going to somebody's page what they stand for, right? Remember, we talked about even getting things like the profile picture and the header and the about section. People are going to collaborate with people that they know exactly what they're going for, right? They're never going to collaborate with you if they think that, you're going to go rogue or, can I trust you, right? Because collaboration comes in many different ways. And so they want to know that if they're going to give you a voice on their page, that, you're not going to make their followers feel weird, or they're not going to have the second guess if this is really somebody that I want to collaborate with, right? So be professional on your page. You never know where your business is going to go. And when you want to collaborate with that person and they check back on you to see kind of like if you're a good fit, would it be a good representation of your business? And so another great reason to keep working on social media, because that's how doors open when you have a social media, like almost like a resume to show people why they would want to work with you, right? Sandy is doing free live videos every day. Very nice. Doesn't cost a thing, right? It's like me showing up here today. Doesn't cost a thing. You can serve people. You can help people. And it doesn't mean that you have to somehow go out of pocket, because knowledge is power, right? So, knowledge is a currency, meaning that it has value. There's, you're not asking for money, but what you're doing is you're sharing knowledge on something that you know about, something that you can talk about, something that you can DIY, that you can tutorial, right? Just, if you've got a phone and an internet connection, you can go live and you can, your knowledge is very, very valuable to other people. Never forget that. Debbie, go into your settings and you can add that into your, where you would list the name of your channel. You can just add in names on YouTube. It's a little bit different than on Facebook. Facebook makes you go through, remember how you have to change your name. Yep, just open my YouTube channel, Chris says, and that's the change. There you go. And just go into your settings and make it happen. So similar audience, similar subscriber counts always help. And also, are they similar in terms of like, are they creating content like you? All right, that will support what you're doing, right? And so it has to make sense, right? So if you spend a lot of time growing your page and growing your brand, and you want your brand to be represented in a certain way, and you have been the one that has been growing your brand and creating the community, and you've been the driver, it can impact your business by who you are, because it's like you're referring somebody, right? When you are working with somebody else, if people go, well, who is she referring? Who is he referring, right? Because they take your opinion, to the highest degree, because they're on your page, they're following you because they like you. And it's like when a friend that you like refers a friend, you go, oh, well, you automatically think I'm going to like them too, because this friend is referring them, right? And so what you are putting on your page, I guess what I'm trying to say is I would not just team up with just anybody. I would team up with somebody that makes sense for you, your business, and your followers, right? Or are you going to throw your followers out in left field and go, whoa, like, why would they, this is not what I thought this page was for, or, why, right? Think about the personality as well that you're bringing on, and are they going to be a good representation of your brand, right? So when you do collaborations where people are truly like, because collaborations can happen in multiple ways. Maybe we'll talk about that now. And there's different degrees of collaborations. And so, yeah, just be aware of who you're promoting, right? Good. Jan says, yep, it was easy to change her name. All right. So we said if you want to collaborate with somebody, just reach out to them directly, like by email works really, really good. I'm not somebody, I've told you guys before that I'm not somebody who likes to message through Messenger. If you saw my Messenger right now, you probably scream and run away. Best way, if you want to do a professional collaboration, is to find their email, right? Find a way to contact them. Go to their website, click the contact now button, find their email, because this is a business arrangement. Do it professionally, not just through a DM. Or a DM could even get something started and say, hey, is it okay if I shoot you a message? Because I'd love to talk with you a little bit further. But think about what you can do to just really start that off on the right foot, right? Okay, so you're going to message them. I would definitely, if I was reaching out to somebody, say to them, hey, it's Sonia from Junk Monkey. Keep it short and sweet. And very brief, and say, I'd love to talk more about collaborating with you. I love what you're doing. Tell somebody, like, maybe you saw something recently that they did and you're like, I love that video that you did, and I have some ideas. I would love to talk with you more about collaborating. I love what you stand for. I love how, whatever it is that you love about the person, that they're fun, that they keep it, light and positive, or, you feel like, that you feel like them, like you're basically two of the same, right? Because you're the same sort of person. Say a few things, tell them what you like about them, and say, I'd love to talk with you more. Can I send you a quick email with some ideas that I have? Don't write a essay to somebody, because that screams on the other side, that person's busy anyway, going, whoa, this is a lot of stuff to consume right now. So learn to keep it very nice and brief, right? And as a jumping off point. So, all right, ways you can collaborate. All right. And again, I'm going to say it again on here, that if you're somebody who wants to collaborate with somebody, start saying yes. So other people are watching, they go, and if they identify you as being somebody, they can say, hey, I was in Sonia's group this morning. I saw, Michelle, that you were interested in collaborating. I love what you're doing on your page, because I can see what you're doing right now. And I think there might be ways for us to collaborate. You want to talk more? And go from there, right? So here are some ways that you can collaborate. I think I wrote down 7 different ways just to kind of get the ball rolling. There are many more different ways, and there's always different ways to spin it, but it might spur you guys onto some ideas. So again, I'm going to say it, that if you guys are interested in collaborating, make sure that you list your business name so people can check you out, right? And hopefully when they go and they check out your page, you're going to see what you're doing. But definitely find somebody that fits whatever it is that you're doing with your audience, right? And think about how you guys can help each other out, and that it just makes sense to work together, right? Whatever it is your overall goal is. All right, so how about this? I'm going to say a very, very simple one that you can do. Honestly, like, this is probably one of the most simplest ones I'm going to say. I'm going to cross it off as I go, is, hey, you want to do a collaboration? Let's talk more. I got some ideas. I love what you do. Like, I really love what you did here. I think that, my audience would be very similar to you, and we could expose each other to different pockets of audiences. Is how about, and then, you strike up the conversation, and you can say, well, one of the most basic ideas that I have, simple things that we can do together, is how about I share one of your posts, all right, that fits on my page well, and you do the same. You pick one of my posts that is a good representation of what I do, and you pinpoint a day, a time, and you both do it. Not one person does it and the other person goes, nah, I changed my mind. No, you have to, you have to do the same to the other person, and build relationships. So that's a good thing in business, right? Building relationships and doing what you're saying you're going to do. So, and doing it like what you would want somebody else, go all in, and how you would want somebody else to treat you, do the same for them. So you could say, hey, that post that you put out there, I really like that. I think my audience would like that. I'd be happy to share your post on my page. And I'm wondering if you can find one that you like, let me know what you want to post and share it on your page, right? Think about that. All you're doing is flipping somebody's post from each other's page. Boom, easy. You can collaborate it right there, right? And that opens the door for more collaborations down the road. All right, I'll share your post, you share my post. What do you think of that? Easy peasy, right? You guys are funny. All right, how about this one right here? You could do a shout out, all right? So another way is just doing a shout out and saying, like, maybe you're doing live videos. This could be one way to do a shout out. There's many different ways to do a shout out, but you could be in the middle of a video and you could say, hey friends, this is what we're going to get into today. By the way, I'm using this today. This is what I'm going to be doing. I got to tell you, if you want to get if you love my style and what I'm doing, go check out my friend XYZ over on XYZ, because he or she has plenty of ideas as well. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do what I love to do with napkins. But if you love this whole mixed media thing, then yeah, just go check out my friend, and her name is blah, 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 and this is her business. Now let's get on with the tutorial, right? And a shout out is just that. You shouted out somebody's name, you shouted out somebody's business, and you said to your friends, go find her. She's on Facebook, he's on Facebook, and go give them some love, because they love to do what I'm doing as well. And we have a great time, and we're friends. Nothing wrong with that, right? Shouting out somebody else. They're not even in the same town as you or anything, but we have this beautiful thing called virtual now, right? That we can be online and social media. So that is truly a shout out. All right. We'll take it one step further. You could also do a shout out. You could also tag them, right? So maybe if you say, how about you tag me in one of your posts, and I'll tag you in one of my posts. Same thing. You can do a shout out plus a tag, right? Or if you're on whatever platform you're on, it doesn't matter whether it's YouTube or whether it's Instagram or whether it's Facebook, you could say a link in the description below, right? Or, here's how to get to my friend if you want to go ahead and follow her too. Give her some love today, right? And she's doing the same thing for you as well. And you're doing it back and forth. But just a shout out will be really, really easy. You could do a video together if you guys live nearby. So if you find somebody that is doing something that fits your brand and makes sense for you, then what you could do is you could team up with them and say, hey, do you want to do a collaboration? Meaning let's meet up one morning. Let's do a live together. Come over to the house. Let's meet somewhere. Let's go do whatever, XYZ, whatever it is that your page does together, right? Just make sure it fits what you're doing. It makes sense for you. But yeah, you can find some people locally. So, there might be people that live close to each other here. Who knows? You just don't know unless you ask, which, you know what? Feel free right now if you guys want to, wherever you're watching from, say where you are watching from. So other people can go, oh, you're not too far from me, and think about how you can do a video together or do some sort of joint content together and meet up that way. You could also do things like you could do shared posts together where you're creating something like a blog post, or you're creating a video. Each of you guys film a little bit of the video, and then one of you guys are going to have to put it together, splice it together. But there's ways to work with other people, right? Whether they're in person in your town or whether they're not. Just get creative. We're all creative here. Zoom is another one, is a program, but there's many, many different programs that you can use to bring two people on screen at one time, right? I know Facebook as a way to do a split screen, but I just don't know if you can record it. So whether you go live with you guys both on each side of the screen doing something right now, you can do that through Facebook Live, Be Live, Zoom, all kinds of different platforms out there. There's no end to if you're looking for free dual broadcasting power. Okay, you can find that, and you guys can do a Zoom where both you guys are on the video at the very same time, and do it that way, right? And plan something out. I'm trying to think what else you could do. How about this? You guys could do do what's called a share train. Do this with people again that makes sense for you, so that you're telling people to go check out something that you already think that they'd like. Otherwise, they're gonna be like, why are you even telling me this? But if you do a share train, meaning that you could do but a share train can be mean different things to different people. I'm referring to it from hey, let's do right now. A lot of people are home. Let's do a lineup of live videos every single night, and we all promote each other, right? And find a way to do that makes sense, where you've all teamed up to do that, and everybody promotes every single person to help rise you guys all together at one time. Think about how many ways you can get creative with that. Another way is a page takeover. And this is something that I would definitely put towards because this is your page, this is your baby, right? Maybe you've spent a lot of money on your social media where, you've built your social media to where it is right now. Just doing things smart and taking out the right ads. And, you just invested a lot of time and money into it. You don't want to just work with somebody that you don't know and give them control of your page. So I say this one with do it with somebody that that you can trust, right? Because if you do a page takeover, basically what that means is behind the scenes, for example, on your Facebook, you're giving somebody the controls to be able to go live from their end. You're giving them admin control over your page. And that can make sense when you have built a relationship with somebody where, you trust them to the utmost, and they're not going to do any damage to your brand. And they are not going to, take over your page and then kick you off, right? set it up in a manner that it's controlled and it's done with somebody that you completely trust, right? You guys saw us do many, many collaborations with Home Talk. And, we would come on Home Talk. It's because they gave us control of their page, knowing that they could fully trust us to come on, do our thing, to represent the brand well, and then get off and only do what we agreed to do, right? Because that's a lot of trust that somebody is giving you with millions and millions of people on their page, and how that can go sideways. And so when you're doing page takeovers, no matter what size your page is, do it with people that you trust and you feel it's the right move to do, right? And that's the beautiful thing about having business buddies, is that the more longevity that you have, like more that relationship goes on, people show their true colors, right? You get a sense of what a person is like, and you've spent time with them, whether it's on the phone, through virtual, FaceTime calls. But you get a sense what the true person is like and whether you can trust them or not, right? So a page takeover, I take over your page, you take over my page, and we plan it out, and I show up in the comments, you show up in the comments, and it's like you have a special guest on your page, right? Anybody ever did that before? What do you guys think of that? And I think the last one I'm going to leave you guys with is you can also team up to do a giveaway, right? If so, but just, bear in mind, make sure that you're following Facebook's terms and rules for giveaways and how to run them, because that's something you're going to have to look into and do the research, so you don't go to Facebook jail, or you don't have your page taken down. So you have to do it knowing, looking into what you need to know as a business owner about doing that, right? But you could team up with a bunch of people. You could do a giveaway where everybody contributes something, and you promote that together and team up with other people to do it, right? That's a great way to get people to look at what you're doing. But we talked about giveaways before, so you can do it as part of something bigger if you want to do it, and plan it out so that you're using it for the right reasons, right? Oh dear, Sandy says sounds like you had a bad experience with somebody, I don't know, trying to take over a page. It's a very real thing. It's a very real thing. Do it with people that you truly trust, right? So think about all those ideas. Jan, Stanley Cat's doing good today. He met me for the first day, and I'm going to say 4 days. Like, he's been laying around for 4 days, poor guy, and just not well. Last night, his purr box turned back on, so that was really good. I didn't realize this, but Matt was telling me that, one of the things he's been checking for is when you touch Stanley's, when you smooth his fur or scratch behind his ears, he loves to purr. And I didn't realize that it does take a lot of energy for a cat to purr. And when he was really, really sick, he would not purr as much as he just laid there like a rag doll, poor guy. And, but I didn't realize. And so last night, his purr box came back on. So he had enough energy to generate his purr box. And sure enough, so I'm just thankful that he was able to get what he needed from the vet. And this morning he met me. When I came down over the stairs and my alarm went off this morning, I went and I checked on him first thing, and he's been like laying in one of the spare rooms, probably because he just wants to sit there in the dark and he just wants to heal. And he wasn't there. I'm like, oh, where did he go to? And sure enough, he was down here looking at the birds and looking out the front window on the radiator box. And then when I came down and he heard me, he jumped off, and then he does this little skedaddle in front of me, like with his tail up in here, like, follow me, human. And he like makes me follow him to the door and let him out. So I think he's going to be just fine. So today is his first day out in a couple of days, and he's probably enjoying the birds right now. Maybe a little too much. Elmira, I'm going to love you. Stanley Cat. He loves the birds too much sometimes, if you know what I'm saying, and the chipmunks. So yeah, maybe you guys have some extra time on your hands and you want to think about collaborating with people, and maybe you've met some people in here. Our group has been going since January the 1st, which is crazy. So we're in our 3rd month, and hopefully you guys have made some good business buddies, right? Just people that you connect with and that you're doing the same thing as, and it makes sense. Naomi says, that's awesome. I miss my cat. Aw. Yeah, cats are just, I love my cat. My cat is total company. I can sit in the living room and, he's next to the couch on me and I'm talking to him. I'm pretty sure that if people heard me, they'd be like, this girl is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But I'm like, yep, Stanley, what are we going to watch today? Stanley Cat. Yes, Sandy. Yep, it's all the things that we just talked about. It's sharing, it's teaming up for the same goal and working together and doing a collaboration with, like, for example, somebody else who's a fellow business owner. That's the perspective that we're talking about it from today, right? You can do collaborations on many different things. Collaboration is basically like lifting together, right? And so if there's a brick on the floor, you're on one end, I'm on the other, and we're raising it together. So your goal might not be to raise the brick, but it might feel like a brick when you're trying to be able to get followers, and maybe that's your goal, right? And they're trying to get followers, and they're trying to like get themselves exposed to a bigger audience. Ways that you can collaborate on something here, all the things that we just talked about, right? So go back and watch that, make sure. Naomi says, my cat Willow was, oh, nice. Your cat Willow. Is that how you got your name? Is that what you were about to say there? Jan says, we have 3 dogs, but only one watches TV, and she loves it. They crack me up. Animals just have their own personalities, don't they? Too funny. They make it interesting, that's for sure. So you guys have any questions about collaborating, working with fellow creatives to be able to, just raise awareness? Let me know if you do before I pop off of here. It's 9:40, so I'm going to go ahead and get my business day started, and I hope you guys will as well. Yes, Lisa, he wasn't feeling well, so I had to take him to the vet. They got him all fixed up, and so long story short, he's back to being himself today, which is good. Gotta love the fur babies. Jan says it's shower and coffee time for her. Well, that sounds really, really good. By the way, I hope you guys have been staying well. Has everybody been staying well on here? I've been doing this thing that Matt got me into, and I've been very like, I want to make sure my immune system is good to kick whatever comes its way in the butt and move it on. And so I've been doing things like for myself, every morning I get up and I have mandarin oranges, just lots of vitamin C. But I've got to tell you that I've started drinking this concoction, okay? And it's actually really, really good. It helps with my sinuses, everything, because I have allergies and stuff. Who doesn't? If you don't, you're lucky. But so I'm having my coffee now, but I've been doing this thing, and maybe you guys already do it. The benefits of like lemon and ginger. You could do cloves or peppercorns, all the things that you can put in honey. So I've been making myself every single day, basically a cup of, hot water with lemon and honey and all just good things to promote and boost your immune system. So do what you got to do, get your sleep, take care of yourself, avoid any situations, don't expose yourself, stay well. Chris is doing broth every day. Oh, isn't that true that when you do drink warm beverages and you let yourself like hover over it, there's something about a cup of soup or a cup of something that's really nice and warm, and you breathe in that steam. I mean, when you get in the shower, it's a great way as well to, keep yourself and keep bacteria or keep anything that you don't want to find its way into your orifices, right? Showering every single day. Lisa, honestly, it's just I do on the stove a cup of just like a cup of water, usually 2 cups of water, and then put ginger into it and let it, steep, and some cloves and some cinnamon sticks. And when it comes out, it also goes in some lemon. That's the other thing. So I've just been doing like this warm, lemony, honey, ginger, and it's been so good. I just feel like it really, really helped. Sandy says, how to get started on a YouTube collaboration. Did you just hear our entire chat, Sandy? Make sure you go back and listen to all the thing. I gave you all the ideas. But specifically for YouTube, just do what I said. Reach out to somebody who fits the bill on, on what I said, like with some best tips on you're a good fit for them. and then reach out to them directly, and say a few things to them. Like I said, like keeping it simple, using their name, letting them know that, hey, you're not a robot. You truly are a person and you want to work with them. Tell them what you love about them and tell them that you love to speak further, right? And then you have some ideas. So go into a collaboration with ideas. So, you know, if you reach out to somebody else, going, how can we collaborate? They're going to be like, you reached out to me. Do you have ideas? Because who knows what they're into, right? So think about how and what it would make sense to collaborate with somebody on, and then reach out and say, hey, I'd love to talk with you more about that, right? And open up the channels. Lemon and honey hot drink. Oh, I don't even know what that is. What is that, Naomi? Candy says, gave myself a spa afternoon at home, raise my spirits. I know, right? You got to like take care of yourself. Yes, go back and watch. I think you'll get plenty of ideas. Chris says, I've been drinking also apple cider vinegar, lemon. See, yeah, I think that's really good. I think that's really good too. I know that there's a lot of benefits with apple cider vinegar, and then, you know, lemon in with it. And that's a great idea. I might even add some, I think we have what's it called? The apple cider, what do they call it? Mother of root, which has a lot of just good things for immunity. And, you know, I was even reading like peppercorns are, is it antibacterial? I'm trying to remember, but you know, just natural things that you can do just to keep yourself on the up and up. And so I've been feeling so good because I have a lot of allergies and spring allergies, and even doing that and just sitting every single day with a nice cup. And you can add, the other thing is you can put a tea bag into it if you want. So once it comes off the stove, put a tea bag into it. So sometimes I do, but if I don't want the caffeine, I'll just drink it. And it's so good. You can put cinnamon into it, you know, if you're doing cinnamon and cloves, and just good for your body, right? You know what? Matt will be all about that. Absolutely, Naomi. With mother, that's what it's called. Yeah, I know. So do I. Yeah, allergies are bad. It's rough. So yeah, so anything that you can do natural and stay home and keeping your airways open and feeling good. But yeah, I've never heard of that, Jan. She says, I'd love to get a medicine ball from Starbucks. And you're not talking about the weight medicine ball, or are you? I doubt it, because Starbucks is a beverage place, unless they're doing something new now. But I've never heard of that before. Shirley, that's a good idea. Green tea. Green tea is so good for you. Yep, Sandy's agreeing. She says, I love green tea too. Oh, yeah. Yep, I agree. So just take care of yourselves. Lisa says, try golden milk. Never tried that before. Recipe on Pinterest. Thank you. I will look that up. Golden milk. Teas are so good. I know. Oh, it's a couple kind of teas together. Yum. Never heard of that before. Thank you. I'm so glad that you guys said that. I'm so glad that I mentioned it. See what happens? You open up conversation, you get lots of good ideas from other people. This is what we need to do with collaboration, right? How can we work together? What would make sense? All you got to do is ask and start the conversation. So thank you guys for hanging out. Hopefully you got some ideas, something to think about today. And yeah, stay warm, stay healthy, do what you got to do to keep yourself, like I say, on the up and up. So I will see you guys again tomorrow morning. Who knows? I think the mailman's here. What we'll check into tomorrow. Thank you for the heart, Sandy. I appreciate you. Thank you guys for being here and for tuning in daily and hanging out for a little bit. Nope, me either, Christy. That's a new one for me. Definitely going to have to check it out. So thank you guys. If you enjoyed this video and enjoy our time together, I would love it if you give this video a thumbs up, a heart, leave me a comment if you haven't already left a comment. And obviously, the ultimate is when you give a share. So if you have somebody to share this video with or invite other people to come in, that's more people for us all to get to know and to collaborate with. And who knows, potentially down the road where it all could go. The 3 dots at the top, 3 dots at the bottom. And so, yeah, time to come join us. I'm here each day at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then, of course, on the weekends at 12. So hopefully you're reading your book. So if you're, if you're doing the book club thing with us, where's my book? I just moved it. It's the Jen Sincero one. And Saturday at 12, we'll be for our book club chat as well. But yeah, if you want to fuel yourself every single day while you're drinking that nice hot steeping cup of whatever it is that you have, read a chapter of a book to go along with it. And that right there, a book and a nice cup of a hot beverage, man, what a way to get back to yourself, right? So good. All right, my friends, take care of yourselves. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, Candy, for the virtual hug. I guess I better go check on Stanley Cat now. This is his first day out in a couple days. So, well, we don't want to overdo it, right? Because it's got to build up his energy again. I know, right? They can't tell you how they feel. Well, he's purring again, Lisa. So that's good. I missed his purr box for a few days. Dan says, I'll be at my parents' Saturday. Oh, we're having a birthday lunch for your dad. Oh, happy birthday to your dad. That's awesome. My parents live in Canada, so, I wish I could just pop over to their house. And so enjoy your time with your family. That is awesome. Okay, friends, I'll see you tomorrow. Make it a good day because you can. Hello. Yeah, it's all up to you. And take care of yourself. Get some good ideas, and let's all work on something today that can help move our business forward. See you tomorrow. Bye.